Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GRE out of this book here, practicing to take the GRE general test, the 10th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you're going to find on page number 266, number 15, the very last one. Excuse me. Very last problem. It is a bit tricky question. Only about 28% of the people got this question right when the exam was given, which means almost 3/4 of the people who took the exam had trouble with this one. Let's take a look at it. In the first column they give me this quantity. In the second column they give us and that's all. And they want you to compare the two quantities. Well, there are two ways you can take care of this problem. One is what I call, for those of you who have been watching my previous clips, one is what I call the classical way, the traditional way, the conventional way, the orthodox way, the geeky way, the nerdy way, the proper way, the academic way, the way that makes your math teacher proud of you. And the other one is what I call the quick and dirty way. The quick and dirty way here would be to just plug in numbers. Just plug in numbers and see what happens. Now, whenever you plug in numbers in the exam for any problem, any algebra problem, if you're making up numbers for the variables, always remember the numbers come in two flavors. And again, for those of you who have been watching my previous work in the clips in the YouTube, you would know what I'm talking about. There are two flavors of numbers. What are the two flavors? No. I was trying to say vanilla, but I can't remember the other common flavor that people use, so I can't be witty. Forget about that. So I know vanilla is one of the common ones, I don't know the other one, so forget about that part. Scratch it. What are the two flavors they come in? They come in these two flavors. Nice and nasty. What are nice numbers? Well, nice number is just any whole positive number. Any whole positive number. Except one. Nasty numbers, the nastiest of all number is 0. And after 0, after you try 0, try 1, then try negative, and then try fractions. What you're looking for is a conflict. If you get two different answers, then the answer is D. And try 0. If that doesn't get you anywhere, try 1 and so forth. Let's see what happens here. Here, what we're going to find is that if either or both, if either X or Y or both, if either or both, if either X or Y or both X or Y are 0, you will see that the answer is going to be C. I'll show you how. Here, for example, let's suppose that X is 0. If X is 0, and here we have 2 times X, which is going to be 2 times 0 plus 2 times Y. Well, 2 times 0 is 0, and you're going to end up with 2 times Y squared, which is what we have here, 4Y squared, you see? So if, on the other hand, if Y were 0, if I put in Y here, 0 for Y, 4x squared plus 4 times 0, and here 2x plus 2 times 0, 2 times 0 is 0, 2x whole squared will be just 4x squared, which is what we have here. So if either x or y or both, if both of them are 0, of course, then of course this quantity becomes 0, this quantity becomes 0, this is going to become 0, and this is going to become 0, 0 and 0. So if either x or y or both of them are 0, then answer is C. Why did I start out with nasty numbers right away? Because just to save time. You can try the nice number and you will get an answer. When you plug in nasty numbers, you will get a different answer, and therefore the answer is D. And when you do the nasty numbers, the very first number to try out is 0, which is what I'm trying to make you understand here. That if you plug in 0 for one of these variables, doesn't matter which one, either x or y, you will see that two quantities will become equal. The answer is C. If x is 0, this thing disappears, and you will end up with 4y squared, which is what you will end up here when you open the parentheses, 4y squared, because this will disappear. If y is 0, then y will disappear, and you can end up with 2x whole squared, which is 4x squared, which is what you have here. If either x or y or both are 0, the answer is C. Anything other than that, if x and y are anything other than 0, answer is going to be either A or B. There you go. So you plug in 0 for both of them. Can I plug in 0 for both of them? The question is not why not. The question is why wouldn't you? Well, which is same as I suppose which is same as why not. The question is why not? Well, because there is nowhere in the problem. There is nowhere in the problem that tells me that x and y cannot be both 0. There is nothing in the problem that prevents me from putting both of them to be the same value. If the problem tells me that x is bigger than y or y is bigger than x, that's different. But in the problem, it's wide open. Since there are no constraints, for all we know, x and y may very well be the same value. And as long as they are the same value, then of course everything is going to be same. If x and y are 0, that is, this is going to be 0, that's going to be 0. If x and y are anything other than 0, then the answer is going to be either A or B, as long as you put in positive number for one and negative for the other. Don't put in positive for both of them. You want to consider all possibility, contemplate all scenarios. That's the whole point here. Don't think in this kind of problems with the blinds around your eyes in a very parochial manner. You have to be very broad-minded. You have to contemplate all the possibilities. Can they both be 0? Can one be negative? Can both be negative? Can this one be, can give z fractions? But I don't want you to sit there and spend tremendous amount, inordinate amount of time trying to figure out all the scenarios. The point here is the answer is C. If either or both of them are 0, answer is going to be either A or B when they are not. Therefore, the answer is D. That's all. Let me look in the back of the camera, see how much time I have, and then I'll do the classical way. I'm 8 minutes and 32 seconds into it, so I have to wrap it up. Let's do it here on the bottom very quickly. When you open this process, classical way is only for those people who know what's going on here, okay? So 2x plus 2y whole squared, which is same as a plus b whole squared, which is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. That's what you have to use here. So you're going to end up with 4x squared plus 2 times 2x times 2y, which is 8xy plus 4y squared. And on the other side I have 4x squared plus 4y squared. As you can see, 4x squared appears on both sides, it plays no role. As you can also see, the 4y squared appears in both sides, it plays no role. So basically I'm being asked to compare 0 versus 8 times xy. So if you ask me which quantity is bigger, 0 is bigger or 8 times product of some two numbers which I know nothing about whom I know nothing, 8 times x and y, and I don't know what x and y are, then of course the answer is D. It depends on what x and y are. If either x or y is 0, or both of them are 0, as you can clearly see, if either x is 0 or y is 0, this whole quantity is going to be 0, the answer is going to be C. If both of them are 0, then the answer is going to be C again, but other than that, it's going to be either A or B. We're going to have a conflict. That's all. The answer is D. I hope you found this helpful. If you wish to get hold of me for personal private tutoring or over the phone tutoring or through the internet, go to my website at www.prep.gre.com, prep4gre.com or KeshwaniPrep.com, alright? And send me an email. All right? Thank you.